What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is my top 15 players of the June Test Series. I've done my top 5, now I'm going to do my full 15 players who I think stood out. Obviously we're going to all agree to disagree on certain players, but be sure to let me know your top team in the comment section down below. A few of you have already, but continue to do so in the comment section. Before I get to the team, I just want to say a massive thank you. The start of the year, my goal was to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. In June, I have just hit that goal, 5,000 subscribers and counting. Big thank you to everyone, each and every one of you who have been from me from day one, who are new to the channel. Welcome and thank you. Honestly means the world to me, and I couldn't be more grateful for the support from around the world. It truly does. Just a year ago yesterday, I celebrated my 200th subscriber. So in 1 year I've picked up 4,800 subscribers. So a massive thank you to you guys. It means the absolute world to me. But let's get to the business of the day. Player number 1 is a guy from Australia called Scott Sear. Reason why I picked him is he was set to start obviously the first test against Ireland off the bench. But was moved into the starting lineup before kickoff and went to start all 3 tests. He was impressive at scrum time, especially in the second and third test against Tadhg Furlong, and made over 10 tackles in all 3 games. To scrum against a guy like Furlong is truly amazing, and the fact that he had an impact and made such an effort gives him, in my opinion, enough reason to put him in my team. Obviously there's Beastie and all those other great players that I've missed out on, but for me he stood out and I'm giving him credit. Number 2, I've gone to New Zealand and gone for Cody Taylor. With Dan Coles and Malcolm Marx both injured, the hooker jersey was wide open coming into the June Test Series, and Taylor delivered. He really delivered every inch. And especially on the international stage, he stood up. I mean, we all know how good Dan Coles is, and he really stood up. And obviously with Malcolm Marx getting most of the attention these days with the hooker, credit to Cody Taylor. He was consistently brilliant over all 3 tests against France. So credit to him, and welcome to my top 15. Number 3. I mean, I think nearly every bloke who picks the top 15 has to have this guy in the team. Tadhg Furlong from Ireland. What a player he was. Pure brilliance. I mean, he was destructive with the ball in hand on defence. He's a strong bugger. I wouldn't want to be tackled by him. I wouldn't want to scrum against him. I think he's true genius. He came under a lot of pressure from Sear though. As mentioned before, but he proved to still be fantastic and gave a battle. It was a lacquer battle to watch between the two. So Tadhg Furlong, he is just a genius. He's been part of the winning Irish team, and I have to have him in my team. Number 4, we stick with Ireland and we go to James Ryan. You know, unfortunately this man was undefeated. He suffered his first professional defeat in the first test against Australia. That's not a good one, but he put in 3 massive performances for Ireland, finishing the series with 36 carries and 39 tackles without missing 1 tackle, guys. Without missing 1 tackle. That is unbelievable and definite worthy of a top 15 spot, in my opinion. Next, I go to my home country in South Africa, and I've picked Franco Mostert. Obviously a notable mention to Scott Barrett, who was absolutely brilliant, but for me I'm picking Mostert because of the competitiveness against England. New Zealand had France, they whitewashed them, so for me Mostert just stood out because it was more of a challenge. No disrespect to France and to that series, but I just thought this was a bigger one. His consistency over the first 3 tests against England sees him beat Scott, in my opinion. He was solid in the line-out and did a lot of great work. And as a replacement for Eben Etzebeth, he did his country proud. He showed up. He made a total of 40 tackles and 20 carries during the 240 minutes that he played. Truly remarkable. Number 6, as you guys know, is David Pocock. True legend, of the game. He's brilliant. I mentioned it in the top 5 videos. He was one of them. Truly remarkable and had to be in my team. 7, also in my top 5, I went with Ellis Jenkins from Wales. Again, another guy who was instrumental in the win of the SA and made an impact against Argentina. 39 tackles over the 2 tests and made 8 turnovers against Argentina. Credit to him, he's got to be in my team. Now, number 8 I've gone with, as we also saw in the top 5, with Duane Vermeulen. He was a masterclass. He put in a masterclass performance for South Africa. But and obviously I've mentioned why I chose him, but I have to have a notable mention to CJ Stander. That guy was remarkable. He's a remarkable player and deserves any position in the top 15 teams, and definitely was worthy for it. But just the impact Duane had in the South African squad, what he did, how he changed the team, how he brought his leadership within. He was strong in all formats, and I had to pick Duane boy. Then we get to number 9, my favourite rugby player in the world at this stage, and that is Mr. Conor Murray. It's hard. This was a hard pool to choose from, because you obviously have Faf de Klerk, who was outstanding for the Springboks. You had Aaron Smith, who's a legend of the game for New Zealand rugby. But for me, Conor Murray was just simply outstanding. His passing and kicking game allowed Ireland to control the tempo in the final 2 tests, and he truly was remarkable. He's an outstanding player, and I would have him in any of my teams. I've got a lot of time for that guy. Number 10, stick to, you've seen this in my top 5, I've gone with Johnny Sexton. True masterclass of a player, masterpiece of a player. He fights hard, he plays hard, he's a strong player, he never gives up, he's got the right attitude for the game, and he's a true leader in the Irish squad. And I've got to pick him. Number 11, I've gone with New Zealand, Rieko Leone. This guy was truly remarkable. Scoring tries left, right and centre. Strong force, quick and brilliant with everything he's done. Who can forget? 21-year-old scored a hat-trick in the 3rd test of the game against France, and truly was remarkable. He averaged over 100 metres per game over the 3 tests, and to date has scored 16 tries in 16 test matches. That, my friends, is truly remarkable and deserves a position in my team. Number 12, I've gone over to Australia with Mr. Curtly Bill. This guy is a legend. He's a senior player, and he has just fired. Really, a lot of questions get asked when these old boys come back. Are they ready? Is it worth it? Aren't they dried up, Are they too slow? Curtly Bill is not slow. He was quick. That one try against Ireland was truly remarkable when he just shot through and scored under the posts. Truly remarkable player. I've got a lot of time for him. He had an instrumental role for the Wallabies in all 3 tests. Put Ireland under pressure with well weighted up and unders. Opened up the Irish in defence up on numbers. He combined well with Wallabies backs throughout the series. Truly remarkable stuff, and has to make my team. Now number 13. This was an interesting one out there. I'm sure a lot of people go different ways in this one, but I've gone to New Zealand and picked Anton Leonard Brown. I thought he had put in an amazing effort for New Zealand. He was strong. His versatility was fantastic. He's determined to make his country proud. And let's not forget, guys, he replaced one of the best centres in world rugby, Sonny Bill Williams, and he did a remarkable job. So credit where credit is due, my friend. Well played, Anton Leonard Brown. You have made my squad. Number 14, I go over to England, and I bring in Johnnie Mae. This was a tough one again. A lot of great wings in all the games that we've seen. But for me, Johnnie Mae stood up. He was in form. He scored a try at every test. He showed the Springboks. He put them under pressure. He scored tries in all 3 tests, as I said. And he was the most dangerous threat on attack in the tight series. So credit to Johnnie Mae, and I had to put him in. He truly was remarkable. Now, number 15, you all know this if you watch my top 5. This was a tough one because 15, you've got Willie LaRue, you've got Falau, you've got Geordie Barrett. But for me, I know he played fly off in the final test and he's good at all that. But just because he's so good at all the positions, I had to put him in my team. And that guy is Damian McKenzie. I've talked about him in the top 5 video. The reasons why I put him in, he's just quick. And honestly, I see a very big gem for New Zealand rugby. I see a lot of potential in that guy. I see him growing, developing, getting better and better. And I really hope he doesn't get injured. New Zealand's got so much potential. And my word, what a game it's going to be. So yeah, that is my top 15 players of the June Test Series. It is really remarkable to see the talent that World Rugby is bringing us, the players and the caliber that these guys play to, the heart and soul and passion they bring into the game, which is truly unbelievable and special to watch. It is breathtaking watching these guys play. Now I have a question for you. If you are still watching this video at this time, I want to ask, should I do a North versus South top 15 players? So North versus South, who are the top in my opinion? Answer the poll, yes or no, above, and I will get onto that video for you as soon as I can. I want to try and keep international circuit going as we go along. Obviously we are finished with the June internationals, but we're going to head into the Rugby Championship. But I want to keep it on, give you guys a feel and taste, so we can keep you guys still going with the content. So if you haven't already, ladies and gents, please hit the subscribe button so you're always up to date with all future content. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, make sure you let me know in the comment section who your top 15 players are. And I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, have a great weekend, and never give up. Cheers.